The evening sun was sinking low over the prairie, painting the horizon in shades of gold and fire. Dust swirled lazily along the dirt road that ran past the small, wooden trading post at the edge of town. It was there that he found her. She was sitting alone behind the building, her dress wrinkled, her face streaked with tears. The young woman tried to hide her sobs, but the weight of her sorrow was too heavy. Her delicate hands trembled as she pulled them close to her chest, as if to protect her heart from breaking any further. The cowboy had come to town for supplies, but something in the stillness drew him to the back of the post, and there she was, fragile, hurting, yet with a kind of quiet strength that touched him deeper than words could. He stood there for a moment, the brim of his hat shadowing his eyes, unsure whether to approach. Finally, he stepped closer. "Miss," he said softly, his voice carrying both gentleness and firmness, "you don't have to bear this alone." Startled, she looked up, her eyes wide and filled with despair. She tried to speak, but the words caught in her throat. He knelt beside her, offering his hand without pressure, only patience. Slowly, almost hesitantly, she placed her trembling fingers into his palm. He pulled her gently to her feet, steadying her against the quiet strength of his arm. The girl looked at him with a mixture of fear and hope, her lips quivering as she whispered the story of betrayal, loss, and a home that no longer felt safe. The cowboy listened. He didn't interrupt, didn't judge. He simply held her hand, his thumb brushing across her knuckles in a silent promise that she wasn't as alone as she thought. The desert wind swept around them, carrying away the echoes of her weeping, until at last her breathing steadied and her tears slowed. "Sometimes the world can be cruel," he said, his voice low and rough, "but you've got more strength in you than you realize, and I reckon I'll stand with you, long as you need me to." Her eyes lifted to meet his, and for the first time in hours, perhaps days, she felt the faintest glimmer of peace. The pain hadn't vanished, but in his presence, it didn't feel quite so unbearable. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the shadows lengthened, they stood hand in hand before the trading post, a cowboy and a broken-hearted girl, two souls finding solace in each other beneath the endless western sky.